All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what is shaping up to be the finale of the Bannerlord Legendarium. This episode is kind of a little bittersweet. We did not get the conclusion to to the Bannerlord Legendarium that I wanted, or that I think any of us were really expecting. So let me just take a quick second to explain what this is. So I was during the last stream. If you go back to the previous episode, you'll notice that at the end of the stream there was a crash. The Assassins and Espionage mod caused a crash in the game and points to missing files. And through my research, I was not able to figure this out. But it does look to be the case that it happens almost exclusively when the final cut or when the cutscene for the assassination is successful. That means that if we wanted to use the mod to its fullness and use it successfully, it will cause the crash, and it'll continue to happen. I did do some playtesting the other night. It is going to continue. It's a consistent issue. Must have playtested for a few hours off stream, and there's just nothing to do about it. So I just wanted to take. So another thing is, the Bannerlord Legendarium was always meant to be 3 solid campaigns, or 3 solid sandboxes where we conquer. Now, while we didn't succeed in completing those missions, we did have a ton of fun in the Bannerlord Legendarium series. Like, I just an absolute blast. I had so much fun playing with you guys, hanging out with you guys, and I'm just gonna say it right now, that is going to continue in something new. We are going to continue playing Bannerlord. That will, I think, almost always be a part of this channel. But I am looking forward to trying some more projects, making the Sunday Slackers a bigger project, bringing on some of those other streamers to help us grow and make the content better, and tell more stories and work on more projects and keep going. I never thought that a year later we would still be like doing the Legendarium. I genuinely misjudged the scale and complexity of these streams, how much time it would take, and how much effort it would take to make these streams successful. And I just want to take a moment to point out the Bannerlord Legendarium series are the most pivotal. Like, the Bannerlord Legendarium series is the biggest part of the YouTube channel so far. And while we've had a lot of successful content on the channel, it's kind of apparent and obvious that the majority of our support when it comes to the community is pointing at the Bannerlord Legendarium series. And obviously this campaign goes back a year. This entire story run goes back over a year, spanning a little bit north of like 53 episodes. And so we've been here for a long time, and we've made some really amazing. We've built a really good community of really loyal people who have stayed with us and supported us throughout the run. I want to take a moment to give a shout out to those guys who have made an effort to be here on just about every stream, or at least all the streams they can. I want to shout out Jaden. Around the, like, I think it was like when we were at like 34 subscribers, Jaden found our little live stream here of the Bannerlord Legendarium. We must have been only like maybe less than double digits of episodes into this series when Jaden found us, and he had been stuck with us, gave us a lot of support. He encouraged us to do the subscriber milestone giveaway, and we had a lot of fun working on that project, and he gave us a lot of support there. He eventually brought on friends of his to come and continue to support the channel, and so I want to give another shout out to Joe, who's also been with us for a lot of these episodes. I know that in some of the later episodes, life kind of happens, and you get busy, so you can't make it to all of them. But the amount of time and support you guys have given the channel will not go unnoticed. There's a few more people I want to continue to shout out. Josh, when you see this, I really hope you enjoyed the Bannerlord Legendarium. We loved having you on. It was always a fun conversation. We got into good long chats. And one more shout out I want to make is Planks, who has made it to just about every single episode of the Bannerlord Legendarium. Thank you so much. You're a good friend, and I appreciate all the love and support you've given the channel. with all of the different content and not just the Bannerlord series. The Bannerlord Legendarium focused around 3 main characters, and more importantly, 3 main rule sets. The first one was that we were going to do an all cavalry-based campaign, where we were not going to allow ourselves to play with any other type of troop, and the difficulty we had that set to was far higher than we could handle, and so we just we died on that campaign by I think episode 3. I mean, this was back when the audio was absolute trash. Everything back when the audio was absolute trash and there was nothing good, and we were just doing our best to try to make the content. The streams were super long, and we were just trying desperately to get in front of people and grow the platform and the channel. And then shortly after that, we switched to Uruk, who was probably I think Uruk's storyline was probably the most, it took up the most amount of episodes, and we really experimented with a lot of different ways to continue the Legendarium. But his story was that he was the two-handed fighter from the Northern Empire. The new Sturgian Empire is what we kind of created for him. And throughout his story, we found some old religions, and one of the oldest religions going back to Bob, the Blood God. And by the time we were dealing with some of the additional stuff with Uruk's campaign, we had crashes and bugs that happened in that campaign too. We decided that it was time to tell Bob's story. And that's where this kind of most recent campaign kicked off. And Bob's story came from humble beginnings. He was very, very attached to the poor, to people who were disheartened, the bandits, the looters, the people who were down in their luck and going down the wrong path, and he pointed them towards a new mission, promoting his religion across the entirety of Calandria. Throughout his journeys, he found a particular rival in the south with Unquid. Now, Unquid had been very difficult to contend with, but in the last episode, we were able to successfully assassinate Unquid. Now that did happen, and then minutes later the campaign crashed, and we weren't able to do anything else, and that brings me to where we are now. The Bob campaign has concluded with the slaying of his arch rival, Unquid. We can't do much further, can't go much further, and it's unclear when the next crash will happen. So as I'm playing this out, my intentions are to get the map as set as it can, and we are going to end the Bannerlord Legendarium here. This is going to be the end of one journey for the channel and the beginning of a new one. The popular demand from most recent podcast episodes and from private conversations we've had internally here at Third Party Studios has been that we were looking to bring on the mod for Game of Thrones, Bannerlord. So I think that is what we are going to do next. We're going to start with that mod either next week or the following week. It's most likely going to be next week. We're going to do it at our same time and same place, so there won't be any change for you guys. You just keep coming as you can and enjoy the content as you're able. Now, we've made a significant effort on the channel to create more content. The podcast will be switching to a live stream format very shortly. Our first live stream, we're planning on doing is tomorrow. And we will be reviewing the movie Civil War. So I hope you guys will come in and support us by checking that out. It would mean a lot if you guys could continue to show your support by checking out some other content on the channel, helping us grow that content as well, or at least sharing it out if you think it's something that someone else might like. Let's see. Here, this might be our last chance for Bob to kill. The last slay of the campaign, boys. Anyway, the Bannerlord Legendarium was such a significant part of this channel's history. It's going to be up forever. I just felt like I needed to send it off right with a final stream and a final short goodbye to the Bannerlord Legendarium, and just wish good luck to the rest of the content going forward. I hope you guys will continue to support the channel with the new projects we have, and everything else we have coming down the pipeline. We are focusing on making more shorts. Slim is dedicating time to making edited videos. I am still dedicated to doing the weekly live stream, and then we are trying to bring you guys more inside of the Sunday Slackers, where we can bring a variety of games, have a lot of laughs, and have a good time. So that's really what we're going to be trying to do going forward. So I hope, again, that you guys will continue to come by and check us out. This is the first time I'll have used the retreat option. We are ending Bob's story here. He is trailing off into the far beyond. I've never been here. I've never ended a campaign this way. It's a cool little headstone. This is basically just the Skyrim mountain, isn't it? Leaving all my poor soldiers at the bottom of the mountain. They're gonna have to find new lords, new religions. Goodbye, horse. This is my new best friend. Alright, hello there. You must be one of those lordly types who ride their horses about this land, scrabbling for wealth and power. I wonder what you hope to gain from such things. I rather enjoy wealth and power. Power can mean the power to do good, you know. I like that one. Many people tell themselves that they only want power to do good, but still seek it for their own sake. The only way to know for sure that you do not lust after power is to give it up. There are a number of us up here in our caves. We dine well on locusts and wild honey. Some of us once knew wealth and power, but what we relish now is freedom. Freedom from the worry that what we hoard will be lost. Freedom from the fear that our actions offend heaven. The only true freedom. We welcome newcomers like your good self. Alright, well perhaps I would like to know peace for a while, but I would need to think about the future of my clan. I have acolytes who seek me out from time to time. I can have one of them take a message to your kinfolk. Perhaps you would like to name an heir. Ooh, I choose not to give anyone. I give it to my wife. Yes. Did I do it? I don't know what just happened. Alright, approach. I guess that... I don't know how we failed so hard at ending. We're just gonna speedrun this one now. A little less dramatic and thematic. Just get through it. Oh my gosh. I am the worst at this! Hopefully the Game of Thrones stuff goes better. I hate when games crash and ruin live streams. Alright. It was nice to go in here kind of cool, quiet, like, let's just get it done. Alright, dude. My heir is done. My heir is, power, freedom, there. Yes. End the game. Alright. We have retired. We had 3 children. We earned a lot of influence. The issues we solved were quite a bit. We won a lot of tournaments. Our highest leaderboard rank was only 8. We recruited 704 prisoners. That's pretty good. The campaign total time was only an hour, but the campaign was campaign time was 13 hours. Yeah, see the campaign time in the real world, that doesn't seem right considering we streamed. Let's see, that would be about 10 episodes at an hour and a half apiece, so obviously that's not right, but total crime rating was 85. I wonder when that was going to come into play. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to thank you guys again for all your love and support. I'm looking forward to the future with the channel. Please continue to come back and check out our other content, and look forward to the new campaign that we will have. We will be starting from an episode 1. As said earlier, the Bannerlord Legendarium is complete. It is over. We are going to be starting fresh with a brand new story, and hopefully the Game of Thrones mod does a lot better. So I'll leave it there with an I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. As always, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing with notification bell turned on. Like the video and share it around with your friends and let them know where we are.